Thanks for tuning in to Pirate News. I'm Skylar Jensen, and here's the news for April 13th. On April 22nd, Shane Smead will be inaugurated as Park's 18th president. Students, faculty, staff, and friends of the Park community are invited to attend the ceremony and a following reception. There will also be an all-university picnic on April 21st at 11 a.m. in honor of the inauguration. Smead has served as the university's interim president since November 2020. Before that, he served as Park's vice president and chief operating officer for 5 years. In other Park news, there's a new way to print for Parkville students. As March drew to a close, Park University installed new printing kiosks all around campus. Amanda Bryant, Park University Director of Student Support, explains the process for students to print off of these new kiosks.
You connect through either the app, through your computer, or through the kiosk itself. So you can either set your profile up on the kiosk where it will automatically log you in and log into your Google Drive, for example, if that's what you use the most often. And then you'll be able to just pull up whatever document you need. From what we've heard from customer service, the most efficient way to do it is you download the app and then you just, drop whatever item you want from whatever print, source. So whether that is from your Google Drive, whether that's from your computer, etc. You drop it into a queue and say you want to print it. And then when you show up at the kiosk, you just scan your phone and it'll automatically release that print, which is really cool.
Chelsea Shepard, junior communication studies major, explains her thoughts on the new printers.
I think the new printers were needed. The old ones were very difficult to work with, and I usually had a lot of problems printing off with the old one, to the point to where my assignments would be late.
These new printers were placed all over campus for students' convenience.
So we've got them in the residence halls. We have one in Academic Plaza, down by nursing. There is one in Millsap Foyer. There is one in Norrington, one in Plaster Center, which is a new one, and then one in Copley Thaw.
Both Brian and Shepard agree that this new printing system is better than the one Park had in place prior.
But everything seems really great. The installation was fantastic. The customer service involved was so much better than what we've seen in the past. So we're really optimistic about how this is going to go in the future. Even just the programs that we have to look on the backside and see if anything's broken or not working is so much more intuitive than what we had before. So it's, we think, a much better program and process for on campus.
They're way better than the old ones, at least.
All students have been allocated $20 in printing funds to use for the rest of the semester on these new systems. PSGA and Student Life will hold the 27th annual Dr. Doris Howell Leadership Awards ceremony at 5 p.m. on Wednesday, April 13th in the Alumni Hall Theater. Following the event, there will be a reception and raffle prizes in Norrington Center. On April 9th, the Park Women's Soccer hosted a 6-on-6 tournament held at Hemingway Field. 5 local teams competed in the tournament. William Jewell College beat Rockhurst University 3-2 in the final game. Park athletes rely on their athletic trainers, but the trainers' work is often behind the scenes. Reporter Mariana Figueroa Losada introduces us to Janie Klump.
Klump has been the athletic trainer for Park for almost 7 years. She has worked with the USA Rugby national teams as an intern since 2012. And since 2021, Janie has been the trainer for the Philippine national rugby team.
I became an athletic trainer because my dad was a professional rugby player. So I was around rugby my whole life. And in college, I was the manager of the Kansas State rugby team. And I gave them water and I had like a little med bag, but I felt like I wasn't really doing much. A day in the life of athletic trainer at Park is I come in around like 10 or 11 because usually kids have classes up until that time, and then it is hit the ground running. So I have treatments, so it could be different things like scraping someone, getting muscles ready. I can do different types of modalities like STEM, just finding different tools to help these athletes get to the point of being ready for practice. So from about 11 to like 2:30 or 3, it's just treatments, rehabs, get in the weight room for functional rehab, or do balance in the in more like proprioception, small rehabs, going from athlete to athlete. Some are in volleyball, some are in baseball, and just figuring out what the best treatment for that day looks like based on when they're going to perform in their sport. And then get ready for practice. So getting water, getting ice, making sure they have cups, load up. If I'm going outside, I'll load up the gator. If I'm going inside, making sure my kit's ready, walk over to wherever the practice is, and then I set up practice. So I'll set up water, set up cups, and then I'm just there for the athletes.
I believe athletic trainers are really important for different aspects, starting from getting athletes ready for practices. Before practice, we can go in a training room. They're going to help us warming up and be ready with our injuries if we have any. Then they provide us water in practice. After practice, they're always there to put ice on us if somebody got hurt or is injured or just need to cool down. The athletic trainer that helped me out the most was Janie. In particular, she helped me out with my calves. Our court practice is really hard, so I was not used to it at first when I got here, and this season either when we were practicing really hard to go to nationals.
My favorite part of my job is the relationships. That's where I thrive. Meeting athletes, getting to know athletes day in and day out, and that's why I chose the college setting, because it's not seeing someone until their insurance runs out. It's seeing them from day one to a national championship and beyond.
Janie is a fearless and compassionate athletic trainer that has done really well in her career. However, Park is at the last pedestal she wants to reach. She wants to be the head trainer of the USA national rugby team, and we all hope she achieves it.
Thanks, Mariana. That's it for Pirate News. I'm Skylar Jensen. Stay safe, Pirates.